Illegal immigrants who turn out to be ISIS supporters now have a get out of jail free card. All they have to do is say to the judge that they are too sad to be deported and we will somehow allow them to stay in the UK. What could possibly go wrong? Hey up everyone and welcome to Political Nerds. I'm Steph the Alter Nerd, your nerdy political guide from Washington DC to Westminster and beyond. In today's video I'm going to discuss how now ISIS supporting illegal immigrants have a get out of jail free card, because all they have to say is that they're depressed and they will avoid being deported. Yep. We are happy to now allow known terrorist sympathisers who are here illegally to now stay. What could possibly go wrong? Now, before I get into it, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And as a disclaimer, I am not inciting hatred to anyone or a particular group, religion, etc. So let's jump into it with this from The Telegraph. Islamic State supporting illegal immigrant avoided detention over his mental health. And so judges allowed him to stay here after they found that him being confined was bad for his mental health. Sorry, but not sorry. I don't give a shiz about his mental health. He's a supporter of ISIS. He is a known terrorist sympathiser. I don't give a shiz about his mental health. He's also here illegally. He should be sent back from where he came from. Why are we allowing a known terrorist sympathiser to stay in the UK? Hello? Shouldn't the judges, shouldn't the system be protecting the British citizens against these people? Especially those that are literally known terrorist sympathisers. This one in particular, a supporter of freaking ISIS. What the deuce? Now, the Iranian man in question here, we don't know his real name. He's only known as a code word of D8 when I could get my teeth back in court documents. Now, he entered Britain illegally back in March 2021 on one of those dinghies. He's a 32-year-old Sunni Muslim. He'd previously been granted 5 years leave to remain as a refugee in March 2017. This was quite rightly revoked by the Home Office in April 2020 after he visited Iraq, prompting concerns that he was a danger to national security. To be fair, he should have never been granted that 5 years leave to remain in the first place. We should have sent him back there and then. But after entering Britain for a second time after he visited Iraq, this guy was detained in an immigration jail in 2021. He was released on bail in June 2022, though, after a judge found that detention had caused or aggravated his depression. Oh, because we now need to give a shiz about the mental health of a known terrorist sympathiser and ISIS supporter. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. These terrorists and terrorist sympathisers and supporters, they want to eradicate us. They want to kill us, right? That is their main function, right? Because we are not, as far as they're concerned, believers and living the right way of life according to their code of ethics and their religion. So, forgive me if I turn around and say I don't give a shiz about this terrorist sympathiser's mental health. Because he definitely don't give a shiz about me. If he had half a chance, I'm sure, right, he would come after us and try and perform a terrorist act. In my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Because for me, being a terrorist sympathiser is just a hop, skip and jump away from actually doing it in the first place. Why the hell are we allowing him to stay here? And furthermore, why allowing him to be released from detention. Oh, because we need to, be mindful of his mental health. Screw his freaking mental health. And screw him being here. He's illegally here. Send him back. Oh, but guys, it gets worse. So, in July 2022, the Home Office rejected his asylum application on national security grounds after asserting that he did have, quote, an Islamic mindset and maintained support from Islamic State. An Islamist mindset, essentially, for me, is turning around and saying he's an extremist. He's an Islamic extremist. But he was allowed to avoid detention on condition that he stayed at one address, didn't work, and was monitored by an electronic tag. In January this year, the Court of Appeal backed the government in the battle over his asylum claim because this absolutely evil illegal immigrant, an ISIS terrorist sympathiser, is fighting this. But Court of Appeal is backing the government on this one, ruling that he supported the Islamic State and therefore was a threat to national security. Not only a threat to national security, he's a threat to us, British citizens. Government, one of its main functions is to protect us from these people. Not allow them to be released from detention and then furthermore initially give him 5 years leave to remain. No. Now, his refugee status has been revoked, but courts have concluded that, get this is why I said it gets better, he can't be deported back to Iran from where he came from because he might face torture. If you didn't hear me the first time, I'm going to say it again. First and foremost, I don't give a rat's ass about his mental health. He should be detained, regardless of how depressed he might be. If he's that freaking depressed, right, the government has ways and means to be able to get a psychiatrist in there to help him cope. He should not be out in any way, shape or form as far as I'm concerned. That's the first thing. Second thing, he's here illegally. He should be sent back to Iran. I don't give a shiz what happens in Iran. He shouldn't be here in the first place. He is, again, an illegal immigrant. If he wants to come to UK, right, he should do so via the legal means. And if we turn around via the legal means and tell him to piss off, then he stays in Iran. And whatever happens in Iran, quite frankly, stays in Iran as far as I'm concerned. Because he shouldn't be here in the first place. I don't give a rat's ass what happens in Iran when we deport him back there. And I hope we deport him back. I hope the Home Office and the government fight this all the way and we get him kicked out. And all the other illegal immigrants, they shouldn't be here either. They should be kicked out. We've got Rupert Law here, pretty much saying the same sentiment. Words cannot adequately describe how little I care about this man's mental health. Totally agree. Put him on a plane, send him back to Iran. Depressed or not, it is really not that complicated. It really isn't. And I'm not the only person, I am not alone in thinking that if an immigrant is here illegally, they need to be sent back. Do not pass go. Bye-bye. They get sent back on the nearest plane, boat, whatever, to where they came from. I'm not the only one. There was a poll that was done only recently. And the majority of the public, this has been reported on GB News, the majority of the public support deporting migrants who have entered the UK illegally. 66% polled supported the notion that if a migrant is here illegally, they get deported back. No appeal, no fighting it. You're here illegally. No thank you. Goodbye. Deported back from where you came from. That is it. I'm not alone in thinking this. The majority of people polling are believing and saying the exact same thing. And so when we get articles like this, stories like this, where an illegal immigrant who's also an ISIS supporter, a terrorist sympathiser, being able to stay in the UK and be released from detention because, he's too depressed when he's in detention and, in Iran, he might get tortured if he's sent back. We don't give a shit about that. We don't give a rat's ass about his mental health. He shouldn't be here in the first place. And whatever happens in Iran freaking stays in Iran as far as I'm concerned. Do I agree with torture? No. Don't get me wrong. But we don't have control over what happens in Iran. We do have control, though, over what happens within our own borders. And we cannot abide, we cannot be happy with the system allowing an ISIS sympathiser, illegal immigrant to stay here. That just does not fly with me in any way, shape or form. What do you guys think? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more. You do not want to miss my next video. You subscribe to join our alternate tribe here at Political Nerds when I can press the right button. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that regardless of what will happen in Iran, he should be sent back? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.